thing. Okay, yeah, it started working. Yay. All right. So thank you guys for hopping on. This is we're very excited about this call. And so I thought maybe what we do is quickly, I'll introduce myself, and Erin can introduce herself, and then everyone can just kind of give us their name, where they're from, when they signed up, and we'll take it from there. So I'm Kelly O'Neill. I've seen most of you before, or at least talked to you. I've been a coach for actually in 2 weeks. It's my 4-year anniversary of being a coach. And I have 3 daughters, 19, 14, and 6. I was working before all of this. I was a office manager at an auto body shop. And then I left there to just take care of the 3rd baby for a little while until she went to preschool. And then I was going to have to go back to my job. And then one night, out of the blue, Erin messaged me and asked if I wanted to join a challenge group for health and fitness, exercising. And I was like, yeah, because I've got 20 pounds still of baby weight that I should have lost 2 years ago. So I joined the challenge group, and I just fell in love with the challenge group. I fell in love with all the people that were inspiring each other and cheering each other on. And I was a stay-at-home mom at the time too, so it was really nice to have all these other people to kind of feel like I was a grown-up in a grown-up world, not just with the baby all day. And then that kind of just moved on to me wanting to do something more. I wanted to do one of the workout programs. Erin asked me if I wanted to try Shakeology. I said, no way. I don't drink my food. I need to chew. And to this day, we still laugh about that because I now have been drinking it for 4 years straight and would never I laugh when other people say that to me. They're like, I need to chew my food. I'm like, girlfriend, I know. I hear you. But I tried it, and then 5 days in, I realized, okay, I give up. I'm going to drink some of my food because this stuff keeps me from falling asleep in the car at 3 p.m. every day. So picking up my kids from school, I was falling asleep in the car every day. That was my key to not. So I was like, all right, it must be doing something really good for me. And then I found out maybe a few days after that. I mean, I knew she kind of did it as a business, but I wasn't really sure. And then I saw someone do a video about it, and it just struck me. I was like, oh my gosh, if I can do this, which I think is so much fun, and I can earn enough money that I can not go back to my office job when my little one goes to preschool, I was like, I am doing this. And so I just went all in, and Erin and I have been working together ever since. And I didn't have to go back to work. I'm earning more money than I was ever at my other job anyways now. And it's been a huge, huge thing for my family because it's changed the whole dynamic of me not having to go back to work. And now I can be home. Today I was on a field trip all day with the little one in her class. And it's just nice to have that freedom too. So that's my little spiel of a story. And now I'll let Erin talk about Erin.
I get so weepy now. It's funny listening to you because I do. I remember dancing in my bedroom right in that corner over there when Kelly was like, you know what, I'll get Pio. I think I want to try Pio and drink Shakeology, Carly. And I was like, yes! I do. I remember dancing in this bedroom. So I started and I'll try to make this as quick as I can because this can get to be a long story. But basically, 5 years ago, on Mother's Day, Matt came home from the scariest experience that we've ever had in our life, which was he had a MRSA infection that we thought was a cold that ended up growing polyps in his airway that completely shut down his breathing. Like the doctors at Mass General, when he eventually got med flighted up there from a local hospital here in Plymouth, Massachusetts, basically said that if we didn't get him to the hospital when we did, and they didn't drain the polyps that had grown that caused an infection in his throat, he wouldn't have made it. And he was in the hospital for 2 weeks. He was on a ventilator for 8 days. And, I had just given birth to Reagan, who is my 3rd daughter. So I was working full-time at Olive Garden restaurants. I was working about 50, 60 hours a week. Late nights, early mornings, getting up with kids, nursing, and it was just a struggle. that I kept thinking when he was in the hospital and I'm sitting next to his bedside, wondering if I'll ever hear my husband's voice again. Thinking, God, just give me another chance. Like whatever you can do, if we get out of this, just give me a second chance to try to live differently. Because we were on opposite work schedules. We were raising 3 kids, had no energy. And I'm talking my grocery list was Edie's ice cream, Diet Pepsi, because that was healthy at my life and my time, that was. And if I only ate 6 Oreo cookies a night, that was a good day. And I say that truly because that's how my life was. And I lived on Monster drinks. I lived on coffee, medium Dunkin' Donut iced coffees all the time. And I was dragging ass. Like, sorry if you kids are in the room, but I was exhausted all the time. So the rare times that we were together at home as a family, Matt and I just were zombies. We just sat on the couch and just watched TV. We didn't interact with our kids. It wasn't like we were bad parents. We weren't neglecting them, but we weren't engaged with them. So when Matt came home from the hospital on Mother's Day that year, I was at work because I couldn't get the day off. And you can imagine how that must have felt for me. So it got me really reflecting my life and kind of thinking about what I wanted to do. And one thing that I thought I could control was my health. So I started walking. I started going for walks. I started cutting back on soda. I stopped buying Oreos. And that was my big steps over the next few months. And then eventually my coach, Taryn, reached out to me after I started liking her posts. We've known each other since 2nd grade, but we were never really like friends. Like we were just acquaintances through school. Invited me to my first challenge group. And that forever changed the course of my life, my health, my family's life, my family's health, to now, 2 years in is when I decided I really wanted to make this business grow and see what would happen. Like I consistently worked and I built, and I found great teammates to work with, and I'm blessed to have in my life like Kelly, who saw the vision. But realistically, it took me about 2 years to finally slap myself in the face, like, Erin, you know what to do. Like, why don't you see what you can really do with this business and grow? And after I had my son Brecken, I knew I would have to go back to work at Olive Garden. I knew I would because financially we needed me to. But I was like, I don't want to stay there. I don't want to have to stay there. And I've been blessed to say that as of August, it'll be 2 years that I've left Olive Garden. And there's no plan of me going back. And on top of that, I'm at the healthiest I've ever personally been. I went from laughing at my sister-in-law when she said she'd run a 5K, and I'd be like, I'll see you at the finish with my glass of wine or my beer or my pint, but that's as far as I'm going to go to, running half marathons, to now I have a goal of running a marathon, most likely in 2021, if not next year. And my husband's 45 pounds down from his heaviest. And it's part of our family culture. So now I get to play a role consistently to not only stay focused on myself, but also help people do the same. And what I love about what we do is we can meet people where we're at. So whether you're somebody who works full time and is dabbling in this coach thing and you just want to kind of learn a little bit about it, or maybe you're like, I like my job and I want to stay at my job, but I'd like to get a little bit out of debt. This is what you can do too. Or maybe you're somebody who's like, I don't know that I can do it, but I'd like to try to see where this could take me to maybe someday dream bigger than I ever thought possible. We'll meet you where you're at with this training. And that's what I'm so excited about in partnering up with Kelly, because Kelly and I'm Kelly's best friend is my sister. I was the little sister who just kept annoying her, being like, hey, you want to do this coaching thing with me, drink Shakeology? And I swear she only said yes because I'm the little sister. And she's probably like, well, I don't want to insult Kelly Dunn, who's my sister. She's like, so I guess I'll just amuse this girl. And to now see us grow and where we're at and where you guys are going to go gives me goosebumps. So, yeah.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
So about the so okay, so do you have anything you want to add first, or we're gonna
No,
have
I was just going to have everyone go around, just tell us their name, where they're from, and just like a little like snippet of your life. Like, what do you do? Do you have kids? Do you have dogs? Are you married? Are you not? Whatever. Like just a little snippet so we kind of get to know a little bit about everyone. Because I mean, I know some of you, but not all of you. So you want to do that? I'd say go around the picture, but I think all of our pictures look different. So won't we just call people out?
any volunteers? How about that?
Anyway, volunteers first before I start
Start.
picking. Okay, go ahead, Susan.
My name is Susan Dawes. I am an operations manager for a financial firm for 12 years now. I have been stalking tons of coaches, Beachbody coaches on Facebook for years, Tony being one of them. And I have always been very intrigued by the whole thing. Unfortunately, I have battled with my weight my entire life. It doesn't matter if I stop eating or eat healthy and work out. It's just a battle for me. And unfortunately, I'm not able to go to the gym anymore because I don't have coverage for my daughter. And Erin, I don't even know how I hooked up with you, Erin, but somehow I did. I think you were just like the local Beachbody girl. And I said, you know, I didn't really have the funds, but I just said, I'm just going to do this. So I got a package. I had been doing Shakeology because I have that available at work for me for free, which is awesome. And so Erin signed me up, and I'm obsessed with the pre-workout Energize now, and I feel like I stockpile it now. I'm running low and I start to freak out. Honestly, I haven't really done anything with this. I unfortunately am going through a divorce right now, and I am a full-time mom to my daughter. I don't really have any help with her. So as much as I want this to work for me, I haven't really jumped in at all. You know, I've been on a few calls. So I think the biggest thing for me is the discount at this point. And then, you know, once I feel a little more comfortable, you know, it's, as Erin said, I think for me, it's just to get financially secure at this point and then see where it goes. But everybody that I've come in contact with is just awesome and super friendly, and I'm excited.
Yay. Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Anyone else want to volunteer? I feel like a teacher. Bueller. All right. Then I'm going to go across the top on my screen, which the next one on top for me is Vanessa.
Okay. I'm Vanessa. I am originally from New Jersey, and I now live in West Virginia. So it's a little warmer down here. Not today. It's a little 55 degrees. But I have two small kids, 2 and 6. And I actually have been an ortho assistant for about 12 years now. Since I had my son 2 years ago, trying to figure out a way to stay home and make some money because daycare is super expensive. And my goal for this obviously is to do what you and Aaron, Kelly and Aaron do. Stay home, be able to spend time with my family, because I am missing out on a lot, but eventually it'll happen. But also, you know, I've been athletic my whole life, but after having my son, this, you know, my second child, the pounds didn't come off as easy. So I'm now ready to finally get into the shape I want to be, because I have a lot of back issues. So I need the strength in my back to help carry my 30-pound son around. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I lead a pretty boring life. You know, don't really go out much. I'm a homebody.
We all think we're boring.
So,
everyone thinks that. We find you interesting.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
I try. I'm trying.
All right.
It's kind of difficult
Sorry.
for me. So I'm throwing myself out there.
That's awesome. It's an extremely uncomfortable thing to do if you've never done it before. I am like the shyest to laugh when I do videos because I'm like, I am the shyest person. I am such an introvert, total homebody. Like I've in 4 years, I've come a long way. The first time I ever did a video, I deleted it like 50 times before I posted it. And even then I still was like cringing. I like posted it and then thought I was going to throw up. And now I can do them and I'd rather do them live actually, because it's less stressful just to do it and walk away. So.
And you think of how many times like we saw each other at my sister's house and we never really had long conversations. Like it was oh, how are you?
I know.
Good, how are you?
I
And
know
we come
years.
off like we're outgoing, but like we are honestly like awkward.
I know. So super totally awkward, right? So
Yeah,
funny.
awkward.
Yeah, we are. I'm a happy awkward person. I'm fine with it now. All right. Next person. All right. Not everybody has their name on their thing. So I think Jonah. I can't.
It's Jonna.
Sorry. I did not mean to butcher that. I can't see the whole name for some reason.
All the time.
It's not showing up.
All right, so my name is Jonna. I am the Director of Engineering, Design, and Coordination at a large global engineering firm, the Director for the Americas region, actually. And I have two kids. My daughter is 15, almost 16, and she's on track to be an elite figure skater. She's highly accomplished. And then I have a 13-year-old son who's very into video games. And I'm here because my boyfriend last August collapsed and died in my kitchen of a heart attack in front of me and my kids. I did CPR. I called 911. We did the whole thing, and he didn't survive. And at that time, I made a commitment to get fit. And I have not really fit. I mean, I've been an athlete kind of my life. Kind of had let things slide, and we were eating terrible and high stress jobs and stuff like that. So I said I was going to get healthy, and I've kind of been on and off since then. I was finishing my MBA when all that happened. So I still had 1 semester left. And so I didn't really get to it during that. At Christmas, when I graduated, I said, okay, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to do this. And I started taking my dogs. I have 3 dogs. I've started taking my dogs for walks every day, or at least 3-4 times a week. And that worked for a while, but I currently live in Phoenix, Arizona. So it's kind of not really feasible at this point because it's getting hot. And I've historically been terrible about sticking to a gym routine because you got to go to the gym. You got to fit it in your schedule. I travel extensively for work. And so it doesn't really work for me. And I'll always stay places that have a gym, and if they do, sometimes it's not what I want. So I had to find something that I could do anywhere, and most importantly in my home with air conditioning in the summer in Phoenix. I forgot to say I'm originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've lived a lot of places, including overseas. And so anyway, that's why I'm here, and I really kind of just started the whole Beachbody on demand stuff, but I like it a lot because it's easy to do, and figure skating is super expensive, so I could use some extra money. And so I decided to give it a try.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it's like Erin said, it's all levels. Like it doesn't matter what your goal is in it. It can be anything, and it all works. Like whatever's going to work for you, it works for everyone. And that's one of the best things about it, why it really can work for anyone. I mean, unless you don't want to be healthy, then it probably wouldn't work for you. But pretty much most people want to be healthy, right? So I think we got that covered. All right. Jyoti, how about you? I know your name, even though it doesn't say it on your thing.
Yay! Hi, I'm Jyoti, and my story is pretty boring, so I'm just a stay-at-home mom.
No story's boring. Everybody's got a story.
Yeah, I'm like, I have 3 boys, 12, 10, and 3. So I stay busy. I was telling Kelly I'm an Uber driver. not really, but Uber driver for my kids. I am always in the car, always. But it's funny because I have been following Kelly actually, and I loved watching her, and I had her on my Instagram feed and for months, and I did not even know she was Beachbody. I don't know how I missed that, but I've been doing Shakeology for 4 years now. My family's been drinking it, and we love it, but I just never knew that I could do a business out of it. We live a pretty healthy lifestyle, and I think watching Kelly and all her videos and everything, it inspired me to help inspire others. I think that was the main thing. I was like, you know what? I want to do this. I want to help others too. And I'm constantly in my family, in my friend circle, everybody, I'm the one that's always like, hey, this is good for you. And I'm always inspiring them. And so one day I was just, I think feed came through with Kelly saying, hey, do you want to join something? And I replied, and then I saw her little sneak peek, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so familiar with Beachbody. But I just never knew that I could do so much more with it other than get a discount and drink it.
I know. She said, I didn't know you were a Beachbody coach. I was like, really? I was like, wow, I'm good at this marketing thing. What do they call it? Curiosity marketing. I'm really
totally good. I just like watching her, and I was like, wow, okay.
And see, this is where it's funny because I think I have such a boring, I always feel so super boring. Sometimes I'll go through my own stories, and I'm like, oh, why did you even post that? No one cares about this stuff. And then you have people come and say, oh, I like watching. I'm like, really? Really? But that's why you never know. If you just share, you never know who it's going to connect with. And you can't even begin to try to know because you just don't. I mean, I've had most random people, and Erin has too, just come out of nowhere. I've been watching you for a year, and you're like, what? I didn't even know we were friends. What? Really? So no, but it's fun. It is. I think that's another part that we both love. It is fun. It's fun when you hear people are inspired by it to do whatever, help others or get healthy or any of that. It definitely makes it that much more worthwhile.
And I love that you didn't even know she was a coach because the moment we put stock photos out there, or the moment that we're like, oh, I'm a Team Beachbody coach, on everything, people are ready to be they're like, oh, you're just going to sell me. You're going to sell me. Right. And so I and Kelly, we never lead with, we are Beachbody. We lead with, I'm Erin, she's Kelly. Sometimes we'll sprinkle in that we're coaches. Sometimes we'll talk about the business opportunity, but we lead with who we are at core versus here's the workout. Here's Joel for lift. He's handsome. You want him as your trainer. We don't do that as much as that might sell, but.
Right. I mean, it's kind of goes, and as you go through this all, you will hear this and learn this, but we don't sell products. That's not what we're selling. We are selling ourselves. Because anyone can go on to Beachbody On Demand and they can buy whatever they want. They don't need us to buy it. What they're buying is your motivation for them and your support and your attitude and just you. So that's the people that you attract, are the people that are going to start watching your journey. They're going to be attracted to what you're doing, and then they're going to want to do what you're doing. And that's when they're going to be more interested in Shakeology or workout, or whatever it is that you're doing, versus just saying, this is what I drink Shakeology, you should drink it. Because then you're just selling a product and people don't care. That's just white noise to people at this point. So, all right. Erin, did you just get that thing that popped up on your screen?
Yes. I wonder if I can set up another link and then we can log right into it.
You might need to, because we kind of, we went way over. I was not even paying attention to the time.
All right, let me log out of the meeting. I will log back in, but I'm going to try to set up another recording, and you guys keep going with intros.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Next, I see two people. No, I one that doesn't have a name. One says Anita, and one I don't have a name for. So blue sweatshirt or gray sweatshirt with glasses.
Me.
Yes. Who are you?
Rachel.
Rachel. All right, we'll start with you. I don't know.
You can hear me? Good. With me?
Yes.
Hey. I'm Rachel, and I live in Victoria, BC, Canada. And I started Beachbody last year through Erin. And honest to God, I have no idea how Erin showed up on my Facebook because I didn't know her before. So she just showed up on my home feed, and I probably liked some of her stuff. And suddenly she started messaging me, and that's just kind of where it went. And then I wasn't feeling terribly great in my skin. So I kind of was like, I saw her post, I think it was about 80-day obsession at the time. So I was like, yes, I want to join this group. And then I had great results. So I hopped on as a coach towards the end of that, more for the discount than anything. And, or at least that's what I thought. And then people started actually contacting me, even like just from seeing my fitness posts and stuff like that. And I don't know, it made me happy that I was helping people. Like a couple of you have said already, you know, like we're inspiring people that we don't even know. And that's what I found. So that's when I started paying a little bit more attention. But my problem has been consistency. I've got a lot of different things going on in my life, so I've been like all over the place. So I've only got a few people kind of under my wings, so to speak, and I need to be more consistent with the whole thing and just in helping more people. So that's why I'm here.
That's perfect. I mean, we all hit that point, like either in the beginning where you're trying to just figure out how to fit it into your life, or in the middle when something comes up in your life and you kind of fall off. Consistency is the key, I mean, to anything. But yeah, it does it does take time to find that groove and make it work. But you're on your way to, for sure. All right. Yeah. So Erin, I can't see it in my chat, but did you post it in the chat?
I did.
You did. Okay.
I did.
For some reason I can't pull it up on my phone. All right, so we have one more person. How many minutes do we have left? 6 minutes. Plenty. Okay. So Anita, we can't see you. Can you hear us?
I don't. Oh wait, I think I.
Oh, now we can see you.
I couldn't figure out how to do it before, and then I saw it. Hi, Rachel.
I don't mean to give you a time limit, but can you do your intro in like 6 minutes?
Probably a good thing to give me a time limit.
Okay.
So I'm also from Victoria and signed up with Erin, and very similar to Rachel, I had no idea how she appeared on my Facebook feed, but I found her very interesting and I was very intrigued, and I kept watching and liked things, and then she emailed me, and took probably, I think, almost a year before I actually signed up. And then I did dabbled in a few of the programs, and then my husband lost his job, and I saw everyone getting really good results with 80-day obsession, and as a way to kind of support him through with some mental health challenges, we started 80 days together and did the whole thing. I think he missed 4 days, but I did all 80. And so then I wanted something else after it, and that's when Lift 4 was out and you had to sign up to be a coach. So I thought, well, I don't want to let this momentum go, so I'm going to sign up. So I haven't done a lot with the coaching, but strangely enough, in the last few weeks, I think since they had like the 2-week free trial, people have been sort of talking to me about it. And I said, hey, there's a free trial. Why don't you give it a try? And so I think I've actually signed 2 people up just for the yearly program. So that was big for me because
it's big. It's big for everyone.
I hadn't done anything
awesome.
Before that. And I haven't, like, honestly, we moved in October to a smaller place, and the change in routine, I haven't been, doing my, oops, I'm going to lose battery here. Can you still hear me? There we go.
Yep.
I have to plug in my phone. And so the change in routine really threw me, and the exercise space isn't quite the same. So I'm just plugging in my phone here. There we go. And so, and then I had a heel injury. So it really kind of threw us off track. So I'm trying to get back on, particularly now that I feel that some people have signed on and I want to support them and on their journey. So now I feel the need to actually get back on my exercise horse, so to speak. So yeah, so that's kind of, you know, I work as a recreation therapist, as a manager for seniors in a recreation program. So I think just by nature, I like helping people. And I think when I feel that commitment to other people, then I kind of push harder. And I like the group. I just signed a friend up for the group, and her comment to me was, wow, I love this group. People are so fantastic. And I think she's doing a little bit of the voyeur thing, right? And checking people out. And Erin, I'd sent her your before and after picture, and she was just blown away by it. And I said, you know, I watched her for a year and I actually saw her change. Like, it was amazing, you know, because when you see pictures of somebody in a magazine who's done something, you think, yeah, that's photoshopped. But when you're seeing somebody actually for a year and you're watching them, and the transformation was just crazy in you. And that's kind of what motivated me to sign up. So thank you. And, you know, and so, yeah, I had to share your picture. So I hope you don't mind.
Oh, no, I don't mind. You make me all weepy, though. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not pregnant, but no, making me all weepy. And just so you all know, you have permission to share any of images of mine. I'm sure Kelly feels the same way.
Yep.
You know, you decide to, and we'll talk to you and we'll teach you and make this really simple on posting and transformations and stuff like that. And the way to go about it, you free reign. So yeah.
Good. I did.
How much time do we have left on this link, Kelly?
Only 2 minutes.
All right. So I just sent everybody in their Facebook chat a new link so we can hop off of this and get right back on that. And then we're going to move right along. I know it's getting late.
Yeah, after this was definitely going to take the longest, but I wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to just get to know each other a little bit, because you're going to start seeing each other's names in teams and stuff. And it's nicer when you can put a face and a you know, a personality to a name.
And you know, you're not alone through this journey and however you're feeling right now, because now you can see that there are other people who are just trying to figure things out. They're nervous. They're not sure what to do. Maybe they've been around for a little bit and they're trying to get back in, or it's your first month or day or week. You're not alone. So.
Right. All right. So it's everyone know how to log off and then just log back on, and then we'll just go over the rest of the stuff quick and let you go.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. See you in a minute.